Oh my god, I stole the welcome, welcome, welcome from Dax Shepard without realizing it. That's what he does, and I didn't realize it, so I am sorry, Dax Shepard. That's my fault, but I'm going to keep it now that I shouted you out.
Can we cancel Max for this?
Oh, how about now? Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're listening to Just
In
Time with Max Burton and Henry Pouch over here. So today we actually have a bit of an important topic. It's been taking over, I'd say, Henry and I's lives a little bit. Our school is planning on opening up 5 days a week, right? And like our principal and our superintendent have like tremendous pressure to like open up the school again from the school board, from the parents, from our governor, things like that. And so they're trying to get back 5 days a week. We're concerned about lunches because it doesn't seem like we're taking all the precautions we can in lunch.
Yeah, so we currently at our smaller tables we have 3 people, and they say that they're distance 6 feet because we have these little stickers. They're not distance. You get exposed to these people. And honestly, the tables aren't even that distant from each other, and I feel like you're getting exposed to the people around you. And then our larger tables have even more people at them. And going back to full-time school would basically double the people at all of these tables.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's a terrible idea. And I actually talked to our principal about it. We had a discussion. He was nice enough to let me in his office. And I really appreciated when he sat me down. He sat me down right here, and he sat on the other side of the room, not behind a desk or anything. He purposefully did that. It showed like he was willing to listen to me, like person to person, no sense of like power or whatnot. And I really appreciated that, actually. I thought that was super nice of him. However, in the meeting, when we actually started discussing what I thought maybe should happen, I gave him a couple ideas. I was like, so, Mr. Never mind. When we actually go back full time, what if, when it got nice outside, we created an outdoor seating option? He's like, yeah, that could be an option. I was like, what about maybe the gymnasium? Could we do that for when it's colder and things like that? He's like, yeah, that's a great idea. And so we continued talking, and all was going well. And suddenly, he was pretty adamant that we still add people inside the lunchroom from what we have now. And I didn't really understand why we do that when we have this access to the gymnasium and we could use that area to its fullest potential. His original idea was like, he asked me, he's like, Max, you feel a bit uncomfortable being in the lunchroom with all those people, right? And I said, yes. He goes, how about people like you and other anxious people get to go to the gymnasium and eat lunch in there? And I was like, that doesn't seem like it would actually be safe for everyone around us, because then you're going to have 6 people that actually take it seriously. They're going to be safe, and you're going to have still 100, 150 students in the lunchroom that are unmasked. And he gave me a number for the B lunch, the lunch I'm in. If we kept everyone in there, it would be 105 kids in there, I believe. The other 2 lunches were like 80-ish kids, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't think that includes middle school either. So our lunchrooms, it's separated by a divider, and on the other end of the divider, there's the middle school too. So you have to add that number into our very confined lunchroom with almost no ventilation or anything like that. It just seemed like a really bad idea.
Yeah, I think the problem is that like right now, I don't think they're doing enough now for it.
No, absolutely.
Like we aren't distanced enough now, and they want to make it worse. They want to make it way worse. Like I think even going back 5 days and in the like regulations they're doing now with it's like 3.5 feet that they're doing, and I haven't even found the area that like says that these are the precautions, because
see, I actually did some digging, and so a couple weeks ago they started implementing this 3 feet rule, just like 3 feet, 3 feet, 3 feet. They were really implanting it in our brain. Would you say that's true?
Yeah.
Like they would talk about the 3 feet rule instead of 6 feet. It's like it changed.
Yeah, 3.5 feet to be exact. I believe.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, I looked up on the Licking County Health Department, which is where we live, and what they're going off of. They're not going off of the CDC. They're going off of this, right? And it says, classroom seating. Desks should be spaced apart to the extent possible to achieve 6-foot social distancing whenever possible. However, students should be separated by a minimum of 3 feet. And I'm kind of disappointed by the fact we're not telling the students that. We're not saying, try and stay 6 feet apart as much as possible. And if you get closer to 3 feet, it's fine, and we have the lenience to be able to do that, but try and stay that 6 feet distance as much as possible. Right now, we're just like 3 feet. 3 feet, 3 feet. And I feel like that's not as safe as you could be, and you're not promoting the safety of everyone else.
And the problem is that like it is not 3.5 feet from desk to desk. It is 3.5 feet nose to nose.
Yep.
And I don't like I move around my desk. I'm a kind of a jumpy around person. I don't stay in this middle of my desk the whole time, and nobody does. Like you're not maintaining the full distance. But regardless, this is not the worst problem. The worst problem in the end is the lunches, and that's what I think we're both most upset about, because there are distinct solutions that can be implemented for the lunches that are not even that hard to implement. I think with going to the gymnasium, eventually going outside, but making it voluntary, it just takes away the point of it.
No, it needs to be a rule. It needs to be set in place, and it just needs to happen. It needs to be enforced. And I had that meeting with him, right? And he was saying he still wants to add one person at the smaller tables and two at the bigger tables, which makes you closer together anyways, right? And so I was like, why would we do that when we have the other options? Then the next time I went to school, that following Monday, there were at least 6 new tables in the lunchroom. And so the next time I saw him, I came up to him. I was like, what, not... What happened to...
I'll bleep it.
What happened to what we talked about, why are there extra lunch tables in here? Like, this doesn't seem safe. Why are we even planning on this? And he's like, Max, it's just something I'm trying out. I'm like, why would we even try it out when it's not the safe option? I don't understand why we're not taking the safest option we possibly can. And I'm not going to let it down until we take this safest option, because honestly, this is too many children to be inside a crowded area, not socially distanced. It's so frustrating that the one time we're without masks, they think it's okay to put us even closer together when we have masks on. It should be the opposite. This 3 feet rule doesn't even apply to lunches, right? It was mostly 6 feet, especially at lunches. And the CDC specifically says that. On February 11th, 2021, they said, as feasible, have children eat meals outdoors or in classroom while maintaining social distancing at least 6 feet apart as much as possible, instead of in a communal dining or cafeteria. So as much as possible is what he emphasized when I showed him this. We have the possibility. Why aren't we using it? We need to be using this area if we have it, and it makes no sense to me. And I will fight it until we use this area to its full potential.
COVID is not going to be solved through just using masks or just social distancing. It's the combination of both. And obviously, people need to eat, but we shouldn't be increasing the amount of people you're going to be exposed to and actually reducing the space in between. I think is the actual issue with all of this, is that it's just not one or the other. You can't just social distance or just use a mask. It's both. You have to be doing both.
Honestly, at this point, we're just putting our kids in unsafe situations, and I don't think that's fair, and I think that needs to be changed immediately. We can't go into this 5 days a week in these unsafe conditions. Like, even the county health department is saying this is too close, and I'll tell you why. Because they don't specify the 3 feet rule in the cafeteria. They say students should socially distance in line, and physical markers should be used to assist students with understanding where to stand in line. Students in the same class should sit at the same table. Students should have assigned seating. We do that. And if possible, sit next to the students they sit by in class to minimize student intermingling. If needed, gymnasiums could be used to increase seating capacity. Let's do that. Our county's saying let's do it. Let's do it. And they also say 6 feet should be the distancing. And I really think that should be emphasized when we don't have our masks on. I don't understand why we're not using it. And I'm hoping this video gets shared to our district in some manner. And I really hope you guys will push for us to have the safest abilities. Because we can go back to school in a safe manner. It's been done before. It's continuing to be done before. And I agree, honestly, that we need to go back to school because we don't learn as much online. So let's just do it in the safe manner as everyone else does. We're a small district. We're going to have to come up with creative solutions to this problem. And we found it, so let's use it.
The best part of being a small district is that we can implement solutions without compromising other classes or, really just hurting any other activities that are going on in the school. I don't even think there's a class in the lunch times in our gymnasium. It's not being used. And in the end, this is not an attack on our principal or the administration. No. We aren't doing this video to say that. We just are disappointed in the fact that there are solutions that can be implemented, but you're not doing them. So if you guys care about these issues, then I encourage you to send this video to them and show your support for this.
Please. Please. All right, guys. Well, I hope this did something. I hope we were kind enough. We really didn't mean any negative things towards anyone. However, it's important and it needs to be done, right?
Yeah.
So,
and I want to say, Max and I are exposed to each other. I've taken that risk and said we are going to.
We should always, when we're in person, we should remind people that like we're being super safe and like I don't know. I don't see very many people outside here.
I did the one thing I did was go snowboarding, which is like the most socially distanced activity that you can do. Mm-hmm. And I'm even like I don't even know if I'm gonna go back and do it again. Like even though I want to, because I'm like even that is like
yeah, no,
But even with like cases going down now, I feel like it's safe enough to see a couple people.
100% agree. And it's different between that and 105 students.
Yeah, like right now it's getting better. Cases are going down. People are being vaccinated, but I think our schools shouldn't be increasing the amount of people you do need to be exposed to. The school shouldn't be increasing that number. They should be keeping it at the same.
I agree. We do understand how painfully ironic this is.
Yeah.
But we are being safe. And there is a difference between two friends who are being safe and 100 kids in the same room that you don't know are being safe and are in all these different classes with other people. And there's a difference. And in a public setting like a school where you have the opportunity to be distanced, let's do it. So please do it, guys. I think that's it.
That's it, guys.
Thanks for listening. Catch you next time. We are just
in time.